In the Division 1 for Nexomania, as I had mentioned, we got PSISTORM Gaming in the blue with Ron on the Anduin, Vel on the Junkrat, Bramble on the Hogger, Teal on the ETC, and Whirlwind on the Tassadar. Over on the right-hand side, we got Baited by Tracer, Starcaller on the Malthael, Rockwell on the Falstead, Cav on the Joanna, Bass on the Rhaegar, and Mokrai, something like that on the Hanzo. Anyways, let's go ahead and get a gamble going. Who gets the first boss of the game? Will it be PSISTORM, will it be Baited by Tracer, or will no boss be taken here on Tomb of the Spider Queen, map number 1 in our second 3-game series of the day? Gamble time, get them in. You got 2 minutes. Little scout out for Mockery right there. Anduin gonna go for the Divine Star. Hey, Ron did the thing with Anduin where he holds up his sword the entire time, so it's a little feature of the game. Now, here's the key feature. Nobody freed Harrison Jones. Mockery, I have told you about this. You know that you can do it. Just refuses to do so. In space, no one can hear you calculate. That is true. That is true. But you have to know how to calculate to get into space. That is the duality of it all. By the way, good rotation of Starcaller in bottom lane. Fantastic power slide from the ETC, and that'll be first blood over to the side of PSISTORM Gaming. There's gonna be a point in the storm today. I think it's at 1 o'clock. I was looking at the hourly snowfall rates. At 1 o'clock, we are gonna get 2 inches an hour. Before that, it'll be like 1.5 inch per hour, and then so like in the hour, we'll get 2 inches. We're gonna get 5 centimeters in an hour. 2 inches or 5 centimeters in an hour. That's a lot of snow really fast. It's a lot of snow really fast. Nice jump forward for Mockery, getting the snipe onto the Junkrat, answering the early game kill up against Starcaller, equalizing an experience. Actually, that will be a jumping experience because it'll be a little bit of a later kill than the Malthael going down. You're getting dumped on by the rain down the hill. Yeah, this storm is like the last one. This is like the last system that we have on the horizon. Like, this is the last big storm, maybe for the whole month. Like, I can't see anything. And of course, like, I always take, like, if it's more than 4 days on the weather, like, I usually just take it with a grain of salt. But like, there's no storms on the horizon. There was one that was like looking like maybe we'll get something, but everything's kind of petered out right now. But as I said, like, winds could shift easily and it all could be blown back in. But right now, this is looking like our last big storm, which would be great because it gives me time to get the snowblower fixed. Because I think I got the part in the mail, but I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I have a part that I need, I'm sure of it, but I don't know if it's the part to fix the whole snowblower. It's a little bit smaller than I anticipated. I cracked myself up. I opened the box and I was like, oh, it's not that big. 5 centimeters in a day, that's more than we get. No, Kalis, 5 centimeters in an hour. From 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock my time, the rate of snowfall will be 2 inches in that hour. Before that, it'll be like 1.5 inches, and after that, it'll be like 1.5 inches. There's like 2 or 3 lined up in the Pacific right now. Yeah, I mean, but it depends. Like, there's been winters where like there's so many storms. Like LA, Sacramento, all of them, they get hit with rain, and then the storm quite literally splits around us. Like, it will either go north and go maybe a little bit to North Shore, or it goes south and just hits Kirkwood, but not South Shore Tahoe. So, because that's very common because we're a giant toilet bowl. So the wind, like all the weather has to get blown in over the mountains, and then it usually sits inside the basin that is Tahoe. But I like to call it a toilet bowl. Basin's the right word. Nexomania is a tournament put on by CCS that takes place between NGS seasons. Each series is a 3-game series, not a best of 3. All maps are tournament legal except for ARAM maps. So yes, we can see Haunted Mines eventually. We actually did see Haunted Mines earlier this week when I did casting on Wednesday. Also, Blackheart's Bay is available as well. So, Hanamura is available. Now, will these teams be cowardice and not take fun maps? Absolutely. I'm actually going to go look after this 3-game series. The next one, I'm going to look for a series that has really, really good fun maps. And by really, really good fun maps, I mean like Hanamura and Blackheart's Bay. I wouldn't actually mind seeing a Volskaya game. I really wouldn't mind seeing how players play in Volskaya. Thank you, by the way, Raka, for that. Actually, if there's a mod in chat who could make that a command, it'd be much appreciated. Like exclamation Nexo, and then that's the copy pasta. Like even with the smile and everything. If not, I can do it after the game. Any mod? Yeah, you know, my mods are here sometimes. Some of them watch on mobile. Some of them, you know, they lurk and stuff. That's okay. Except for Ektar. He's the only one that we flame. Every other mod is perfect, except for Ektar. because you tease the ones you like the most. Ninja, thank you very much. How is the #1 HOTS commentator up and coming rising SC2? Oh, Jesus, I did not read that sentence correct at all. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking, Wildfire. The snowblower guy, he actually came today, so like the driveway's nice and clear before the storm even started. He cleared out in front of the mailbox. We actually had the chewer come through last night, so our street got cut back. So it's different. It's not a snowplow, it's a chewer. So picture a snowblower, but it's a whole fucking truck. Like picture a snowblower, and it's not an attachment on the front of the truck. It's the whole truck is like, picture a garbage truck, but where like the cab would be is just a giant like chewer blade thingy. I can find a picture and show you all eventually, but yeah. So that came through our neighborhood and cut back the street, so we actually have 2 lanes. Like there was a point where it was barely 1 lane for a car to get through. And there was a corner where you can't see around, so if a car comes fast, like you just slam jam into each other. So luckily that was cut back, and then the snowplow guy came and he cleared in front of the mailbox in the driveway, so we're doing good. I'm doing good, and you know what the biggest thing is? My hips feeling better every day. My sacral joint issues, they're feeling better every single day. Still gotta baby it, but at least we're on the healing path. That's the biggest thing. But thank you for asking, Wildfire. I appreciate the kindness. So, let's take a look back into our game. We've had a Webweaver phase already to the side of Baited by Tracer, we can tell, because they need an extra 5 to be turned in, and we only need... Oh, Mockery! Mockery! Oh, is there a fight happening? Anyways, Tassadar will go down in the fight. Shots onto a Starcaller as the camp will be invaded by Baited by Tracer, and they will be able to steal this away. They also get enough for a turn-in, so this will be back-to-back turn-ins for this team. I'm sorry, that was just... Oh, any chance I get to flame him, I will. Because he's so much better than me. Alright, Teal with a great power slide, drops the mosh pit. Gus from the Falstad also interrupts the Junkrat Riptire. Riptire's on a full cooldown, Mosh on a full cooldown. I hope someone clipped that. I pushed the clip button on my stream deck, so hopefully it got it. Sometimes the window where it cuts the clip is kind of awkward, but at least I have a clip around where it happened, so I could always go back and reclip it. Or someone could. Someone might be. Someone might have already done it and sent it to him before they posted it in chat. Cav with the flank over here on the left-hand side. Bless Shield is available. Actually, all heroics are available. Arrow now connecting into the face of the ETC. Ron very low on this, on the Anduin. Mockery almost getting the last auto necessary for that kill. Does also have the nice try Mockery with the extra scatter off the wall. Good angle on that one as well. Mockery does have the Flawless technique at level 4, paired into the Redemption level 1. So that's extra range, extra attack speed since the Redemption's done. And you also have armor reduction. I believe it's armor reduction up to total of 20, yes. It's 3 per, but it, you know, here's the storm math. Here's the storm math, that's what we'll call it. 66 in the pockets. We did have 1 turn in for the side of PSISTORM Gaming. Haven't got much value out of that. On the opposing side, we do have another available turn in for Baited by Tracer, or excuse me, still the existing second turn in. 69 gems. No, Bramble, don't screw it up. Nice job. Cav doing God's work right now, making sure that no, Bramble gets the turn in and it's all ruined. Well, Falstad clearing out top lane, 32 stacks right now on the level 1. Does have the sustained wins at level 13, so it's going to be some percent-based damage for him, as well as the level 7 synergized with the hammer gains 1, and of course the level the level 4, excuse me, and the level 1. So it all really synergizes this auto attack build for Rockwell here. Comes online extremely quick at level 13. Excuse me, comes online at level 13. Damage is amplified quite a bit. Ooh, big ass for the Junkrat. Mockery clearing in bottom lane all alone. Actually, the Web Weaver, okay. Nice arrow, even with the Leap of Faith, actually. The Leap of Faith kind of setting up the double stun. Run! There's a nice force wall from the Tassadar to dissuade the chase in from Starcaller. Gus from the Falstead. Riptire from Junkrat. I feel like that's the second Riptire Rockwell is actually denied, and I think that's the second Riptire of the game. There might have been another one, but Rockwell's denied 2 Riptires consistently here. Really good play from them as Starcaller backs away. Rockwell to fly into bottom to deny the fort falling. Good auto attacks from the Falstead, as I mentioned, the secret weapon level 4, so that does get some extra damage. That's going to be a mosh pit onto the Malthael as we have a rush into bottom lane. The fort did fall. No gust available for Rockwell for 30-some seconds. Is there a barrel to get away? I don't think it's going to work out. One hammering goes back, and that'll be all the Falstead wrote. Still no boss. Still no boss yet. Shield glares. Teal may be looking for some body blocks onto Mockery, but can't get the angle onto the Hanzo. So he'll be fine as the top wave gets pushed up just a wee bit. Concussion Mine onto Cav, but it's not going to be in a bad position. ETC's going to tank a few shots. He's also going to tank a whole lot of damage from Mockery. Nice scatter arrow. Mid lane Fort going to take some... Actually, should take a decent amount of damage. Bottom lane had already fallen. We do have Katas on the map right now. 380 damage into structures currently. Take a look at that scaling a little bit later on. Bramble doesn't get the perfect bounce, but it's good enough. Vela helping out right there. And now Cav gets the turn in. 47 still for Cav. Who's holding what? Yeah, so they have back-to-back turn-ins here guaranteed on the side. Well, not guaranteed, but they have the... Oh, yeah, it's not guaranteed if Cav falls right here. Iron Skin going to be popped. The Ancestral's available. Actually, all heroics are available except for Mosh Pit, which is going to be on a 1-second cooldown, as I mentioned it. Mid lane camp to be cleared out. Falstad flies in through mid. Rockwell joining the team. 16 talent tier advantage to the members of Beta by Tracer. Giant Slayer at level 16 for the Hanzo as well, so a lot of percent-based damage into the Hogger and the ETC. They got to be careful in some of these 5v5s, especially, too, I say percent-based damage, we're forgetting, there's also a Malthael. Don't forget the Malthael as well. A lot of really good damage to be coming in. ETC, anchoring for the allies. Rotation into mid lane. Shield glare onto the fort, maybe trying to just get extra damage. Cav stepping forward here. The fort through mid will fall. Bottom lane Webweaver very healthy right now, over 50%. What will the members of Beta by Tracer do? Will they look for a boss? Will they look for the back-to-back? What is the game plan for Starcaller and the rest? Or will they just push into this? Now, they're rotating into the boss area, and I think this was telegraphed. Someone's using the Kevin announcer. It's actually Ron right now. Shield glares from Cav, scatters from Hanzo as well. Malthael can be doing percent-based damage? Mm-hmm. Yeah, Tormented Souls. It's his heroic, totally. ETC power slide, does he drop the Mosh? He doesn't go for it immediately. Maybe he goes for it over here. Nah, he can't grab it in time, and that's the percent damage I was mentioning. Woo!
Now this is pod racing.
I couldn't find the button quick enough. What, Sinclip? What? Mario Scream into pod racing. I'm just checking all the boxes possible. Boss?
I feel their power. Come, my children.
You know what my favorite part about my day is when I take the time to make predictions for all of you, and no one bets on Mockery. What an actual mockery of Mockery to not bet on Mockery to get a boss. Pay out the people at the end. It's real awkward. It's real awkward. Rockwell gonna get blasted back by the concussion mine of Junkrat, who does have that big ass, so that will be focusing on to heroes. And the Chattering Teeth from the level 7, and Sticky Wicket as well. Excuse me, Chattering Teeth 4, Sticky Wicket level 7, and then the big ass 13 as Starcaller is going to jump in Tormented Souls to get some good damage onto the Hogger, who will spin away. That's a Riptire pushed back by the Gust from Rockwell, exploding early, not getting the value. The Webweaver phase through top will be ending fairly soon, but the boss is still slamma-jamma through this late wave. Mockery, how come you didn't free Harrison Jones? How come, Mockery? Mid lane, Webweaver still pushing in right now as we have that actually expiring, excuse me. And bottom lane, gonna get some great damage here. Hogger with the dense blasting powder on that easy throw dynamite, but that still is a keep to fall. Double keep phase in favor for the side of Beta by Tracer. Next time you need to yell Pickle Rick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna give Justin Roiland any sort of acknowledgement lately. If you haven't heard, he's got like 2 felony charges against him, like as of like yesterday or something. Scatter arrows, Teal getting low, auto attack, 1 auto attack, and John actually might have gotten it with the shield glare right there. Starcaller with the Tormented Souls gets the Ancestor Healing, still chasing in. That's going to be a condemn from the Johanna. Whirlwind is going to go down. Hanzo with the snipe on that arrow. That's a lot of gems on the ground. A lot of gems! Rhaegar biting the butt of Junkrat. Bite that butt. Don't keep up with people. Waste of time. Well, I like to kind of keep up with some of the things that pop up in my newsfeed, and I don't want to support people that are not good humans. Looking like a fool with your gems on the ground. Well, either way, Beta by Tracer will be able to take boss and map number 1 here in Tomb of the Spider Queen in our second 3-game series of the day. I honest to God, I didn't find the whole Pickle Rick thing very funny. Like, I don't get, they were like, oh my God, he's a pickle and he's screaming his name. It's comedy genius. It's like, eh. Eh. Anyone kept the sword up the whole game. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you just gotta keep it up, am I right?
Not.
Alrighty. Really close healing stats between the Rhaegar and Anduin. Johanna was just trailing right behind. So close, so close. Who gets first boss? It was Beta by Tracer, and your points go down the toilet. Jeff Bezos just got $909 because of your channel point misbetting. The Uganda Knuckles, it's funny because it annoys people. I didn't even find it funny. I didn't find it annoying. I just thought it was stupid. I was just like, oh, okay, this is another like, why can't we go back to the? Let me be all millennial for a second here. Why can't we go back to the days of Newgrounds? You know, badgers and snakes and mushrooms. Why can't we talk about amazing horses? Oh, Newgrounds, the good old dude. Newgrounds was so like as much as I'm like joking around. Like Newgrounds was like I spent so many hours on Newgrounds. Jesus. The games, the shorts. Oh man, do you remember like Homestar Runner? God, the hours I spent on the Homestar site as well. Let's see. So the team score will be Beta by Tracer, who is up in the series, but it's a 3-map series, and I need to go here. There we go. Sorry. Map number Oh, these are uploaded in the wrong order. They are labeled in the order that they are, but they were uploaded inconsistently. So that was actually game number 2. So this is actually game number 1 here. My apologies. It kind of doesn't matter. It kind of doesn't matter, but either way. Kind of does, kind of doesn't. Homestar Runner still running? Oh, absolutely. Like that's the crazy part too. I'm so we're getting hipster millennials in here. No, I'm just kidding. I knew about other websites before Newgrounds, and I'm sure there were tons of them. Honestly, there were tons. I mean, Homestar Runner's a niche thing outside of Newgrounds, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Not niche, but it's its own thing. There were so like, oh my god, there's so many good things in the early days of the internet. All right, let's see. Ads won't run for a little bit, so I think we're good on that. Real men streamed on Xfire before Twitch. Real men recorded themselves and then made everyone watch their VHS. That was the original streaming. You'd make a VHS tape of all your really cool snowboard moments with your friends, and you would edit it with your VCR. Like, you would plug in your video camera, and it would have the mini DV tapes inside of it, and then you would play that into your TV, and you would record it with your VCR. And then you would try and get one of your friends who had like a good VCR, which had like an insta record, and it didn't have like, you push the button and there was like a delay. And then you had to like figure out the delay. So you'd play all your cool snowboard moments on the TV, record it through the VCR, and then when your parents had friends over, you'd be like, I made a cool snowboard movie, you guys are gonna watch it. That was the original Twitch. That was the original YouTube. Forcing people to sit there and watch your crummy snowboard movie that you made. That's just shaky camera everywhere. I am not speaking from experience, totally. There's a squirrel just chilling on the fence staring at me right now, and I'm just... What? Oh, it was your cousin, so there you go, yeah. Those were the good old days. The original YouTube was buying up a slot at your local television station before the FCC destroyed. Really? I didn't even know about that. I don't know about like early YouTube and stuff. Been recording since stuff. Oh, I actually have old home movies of me. I had so Elgato's first product that Elgato ever made was actually like a it was a, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, it was a connector. It was a USB to RGB, or not RGB, but it was the red, white, yellow. So you could plug it. So basically, you could plug in like a VCR and then plug it in your computer, and then you could capture all of your RCA. Thank you. But it also had the yellow, so you get video and you get audio, and so you could basically record from a VCR into your PC. So I did that, and then I made my parents like a DVD with all of like our home movies. So now they can watch the home movies a lot easier. But it was like the recording thing that we had was, you would record with like this giant handheld camera, and then you would take the tape and you would put that tape in a special like it was like a VHS tape, but it also had like a slot in the center that would open up, and you'd put your recorded tape from the video camera inside the yeah, it was wild. It was absolutely wild. And then you could basically put that tape in, and then you'd have a second VCR, and you could it was crazy times. Anyways, let's talk about Dragonshire. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. You grew up in a good era.
Prepare for combat.
Back in my day, we put tapes inside of our tapes so we could put them inside the video player for the tape. On the left-hand side, we got PSISTORM Gaming, a Lucio, Joanna, Blaze, Junkrat, Mephisto. Over on the right-hand side, we have got Baited by Tracer, Samuro, Sylvanas, Hogger, Anubrak, Heresy. Murpec, thank you.
10 seconds.
Excuse me. For the tier 1 sub for 7 months, I will resend your alert when we get out of game.
5.
I want to remind you all at home that we do have a raffle going on right now. Every gifted sub, will get you a single entry into the raffle. You can get one free raffle on the day of the painting, which will be on January 28th. And great burrow in from the Anubrak. Ron so very low, and a nice staggering blow from Hogger to get the kill. But as I said, also tier 2s get you extra entries, tier 3 get you extra entries, and as I said, also gifted subs, primes, all that good stuff get you an entry into the Baja Ross raffle happening on January 28th. We'd make copies of VHS from Blockbuster if we liked the movie, 2 VHS plugging each other to TV record at the same time. Oh yeah, because didn't like the VHS tape said they had a tab, And if you like pulled out that tab, you couldn't like record over it, of course. But there was no way of like stopping you from basically doing that like double thing. I remember that that was like a big deal because like obviously as kids you wouldn't have like access to like tons of VHS tapes. Typically. But it turns out that my best friend's dad was training line workers, like electrical line workers, like pole workers. I didn't want to say pole workers, he's not a stripper. But linemen. He was teaching like linemen, and he had a bunch of like VHS tapes that we had like 100 of them, and they were all like his dad doing like the instruction of like how to climb up the pole, like how to fix this, how to do that. And when all those, I guess they were like digitized at a point, so we had, when we were like they were getting digitized, like we had a bunch of extra VHS tapes like lying around so we could just make home movies. God, it was so much fun. It was so simple back then. Now you got TikTok and shit, and you gotta compete with talented people. I still have it somewhere in the house. There's an old, I recorded, oh my god, not Venture Brothers, Ace Ventura, Pet Detective from TV, but I stopped the recording at every commercial break, so it's actually like the whole playthrough of the movie. And I pulled the tab on that, and I was like, yes! Yes, this is amazing! Teal gonna go down over here? No? No? Hello? Nice job, Teal, living over there. My dad would buy blank VHS a pack of 10. Yeah. And then when like DVDs started becoming more and more popular, like you could buy like VHSs so freaking cheap. And then there was Blu-ray. And I'm sure there were other things in between all. I mean, there's Betamax, right? There's Betamax before there were DVDs, but I don't know if I ever did like utilize Betamax. Living on a exactly. Alrighty, well, Blaze in the mid lane. We'll get some clear over here. Bramble stopping any sort of potential Dragonite channel. Junkrat gets the channel or the counter. Control in the Moonshine bottom lane. Rotation into mid, potentially. Nope. Just hanging out in the bush over here. Might be able to catch a Lucio. Does manage to do so. Burrow charge ended a little too early. Doesn't catch the Overwatch DJ. As Ron's going to push off. Chase onto Cav, but not going to actually continue that. Just keeping that speed up for the allies around. Samuro just putting pressure onto Bramble through top. What do we have for Samuro build? Wave the Blade level 1. We are going to be having Mirage, which is going to be Spell Armor, and then we're going to be seeing Burning Blade. Level 7. I don't know why I said that so weird. Remember how quickly Blu-rays went away? Well, Blu-rays are still around nowadays, aren't they? Like, Blu-rays kind of like if you were to buy something, like, isn't Blu-ray still kind of like the premier sort of I'm forgetting the word for it. Like to own a movie. Like, isn't that like the premier medium? Like, aren't a lot of like animes and stuff like it was over a year ago, but I got a Trigun. Like, I got all the Trigun, and that's on Blu-ray. I got all of the Outlaw Star, and that's all on Blu-ray. I think that's like what you pretty much get if you buy physical copies of movies nowadays. No. HD DV, yeah, I remember that, yeah. Because there was like DVD, then there was HD DVD, and then there was Blu-ray, no? And the HD DVD died off super quick. Because I think Blu-ray killed it. Oh, quite literally, you just said that. Duh. I read the first part and started looking back at the game to make sure I wasn't missing anything. You don't buy movies, you're an uncultured pleb? I don't think that makes you uncultured. I like owning some movies. Like, I bought the Mario movie with like the old like really bad Mario movie. I bought that. I own that because that's you, because also some movies you can't literally stream them. Like, if you go and look for the Mario movie, you can't, unless it changed, but like 3 months ago you can't stream the Mario movie anywhere. It's not on YouTube, it's not on any streaming service, you can't buy it off of Amazon, like you can't rent it on Amazon digitally, you have to own the physical copy. So there are some movies that are nice, and then also I live in a mountain town and we lose power, so having some physical movies around are kind of nice. Anyways, Cascon is gonna get a little burrow right there. Oh, Concussion Mine, I think, might have just saved Cascon. Jet Propulsion from Blaze onto Rockwell in the back line. Kerosene jumping around. Samuro probably dies here. No, he gets away on his illusion, and only Cav goes down. Oh, that's a good Jet Propulsion onto 2. Is there enough of a follow-up damage from Junkrat? No. But also, yeah, there's some animes that I just like owning, too. Like, my buddy, she owns, like, the DVD set for Aeon Flux. And I have... So we'll all, you know, borrow stuff from each other. Anyways, we're tangent heavy today, and that's, you know what, it's Saturday, and I'm not even gonna try and stop it. I don't think I ever really do. We're gonna cycle through the other numbers right here in technically map number 1. I did click on the wrong one, but it doesn't matter. It's a 3-game series, so the score doesn't really. The score technically doesn't matter. It does matter, but like in the order of games we watch. I like having physical copies in case the streaming services decide to drop shows and movies you like. Y'all have seen, like, it's insane to me how Netflix is just dropping shows left and right that are really good shows. Like, that's the thing, is like, they're dropping shows left and right, but those shows are really good. Like, Inside Job is fantastic if you have not watched it, and that just got canceled. And Inside Job is good. Like, it's a good show.
There must always be a Dragon Knight, but will it be you?
Weird. You found out yesterday it was canceled? There's a bunch of other stuff that's been canceled. I have a lot of friends in animation, so like sometimes my Twitter feed, like, you know, they get angry and I see all their rants and I'm like, yes, perfect. Now I understand it because you're an animation person, like you're in the industry. Dragonite will be picked up by Cav in the mid lane, who will start working on that mid lane fort. Cascon goes down on the Anubrak. Bass, are you just dancing in lane? Hello? So mess. Yeah, it is. Well, there's tons of shows on Netflix like that. There's been a ton of, like, even at many streaming services, I feel like there's shows that are like, that was pretty good. There's a paranormal show that's very much like Monster of the Week sort of deal, with Adam Scott and oh my god, I forget his name. Oh, I'd have to look it up, but it's like a paranormal investigation show, and it's comedy sort of stuff thing. And that got canceled, and it was actually doing really well. It had a lot of really good actors and actresses in it. Oh, what's his name? Craig Robinson, I think is it. Adam Scott and Craig Robinson. Animation's so broke these days, every company just dumping on it, yeah. I even look at right now, like esports is in a weird spot right now too. Like I've been seeing on like my Twitter timeline, there's like a lot of people getting dropped left and right from, like, what is it? 100 Thieves just dropped a bunch of esport people. Like there's orgs that are starting to cancel. Like E United, I think, was the org that just we're done, we're out. I saw on Twitter someone that I used to work with at Wisdom said something about, you know, when it rains it pours, and I was like, oh well, man, Wisdom might be doing cuts again or something. I'm not sure. It's rough all around, man. And eggs are more and more expensive every day. Completely besides the point, but the Drew Carey Show cannot be streamed or purchased. Only season 1 exists for Whoa, really? Why is that? Esports are having issue with money and viewers. The model needs to change as a whole. Well, I think also the way that, it's not only the model needs to change, but I think the way that we look at esports needs to change too. A lot of people who are in charge of esports at the higher level are people who look at esports like some sort of Monday Night Football or World Cup or, you know, Wimbledon. Like they want it to be these things, but it's not. Like you're comparing steak to apples. Like these are completely two different universes. And you can't expect the same from each other. One, because a lot of the incubation time is never allowed.
Another chance to
like League of Legends is doing pretty good, I would say. And that's because like the LCS, LPL, all those things, they've had incubation time. They've grown their viewer base. They invest into their communities. Here's the Storm HCC. They barely invested in the community. What they invested into is how to make more money. The first thing that they, like, one of the biggest things that they pushed was, if you remember, cheering for teams. And yes, that does benefit the team, and that's really cool, but also it was another way for them to make money. And for a lot of people at the end of the day, it's not about creating something and longevity. It's about how much money is it made, does it make money, and if we're in the red, there's no point in continuing. And I can understand that viewpoint too. Like, why invest into something that isn't thriving immediately? But not everything's gonna explode. Not everything's going to be the next, not everything's gonna be the next Grubby. What's up with eggs, not enough ducks? I don't know, eggs are more expensive lately. Everyone's complaining about egg prices. Nice 7-sided from Bass right there. Snipes the Blaze. I think that was actually like every hit of the 7-sided just to get that last. But it's just, you know, it's and I'm not speaking like ambiguously like, oh, it's just old dudes who want it to be this way. These are literal things that people have said and why things have also collapsed. Like Overwatch League, like my examples come specifically from that when there was a guy who did like a post-mort. It was like, I'm out of Overwatch League. This is like, we tried to work with these with these shareholders and all this stuff, but all they want is they want shareholders to be happy and they want to have a good bottom line. They don't care about the players, the developers, the community. It's about money. Go look at Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast. Like, didn't they literally say in a meeting that their consumers are getting in the way of their money? Like, consumers are your money, Hasbro. Like, it's the weirdest thing. It's just like, it's gotta make money, and if it doesn't do it fast enough, it's wrong. Anyways, that's a 7-sided strike to cleanse out the Durance of Hate from the Mephisto. A lot of good damage coming in this mid lane engagement. Ron trying to find an angle. We are going to be seeing some healing reduction from the Joanna 7. Sin's exposed. Karazim getting low. A Nubrak with an Impale back just to dissuade anyone from stepping in, but no available. Dragonite to the side of baited by Tracer since they lost that Karazim mid. I don't know if this game's really exploded. The key to surviving egg shortage is to buy ostrich eggs so you get more egg for your dollar. Yeah, let me just get an ostrich egg here in Lake Tahoe. Yeah. We're just, you know, this morning I went to the store and I had to let 4 or 5 ostriches in front of my car. Ostriches are everywhere. Because the people who make games nowadays aren't real gamers. I think that is a very inaccurate statement. I feel like that is massively inaccurate. Every game can't be StarCraft, League of Legends, Dota, CS. Exactly, and that's what they look at. They also look at things and they go, oh, well, you know, look at Monday Night Football. Like, their basis will be on something that has existed for, like, over 100 years or whatever. Maybe not 100, 50 years, let's say. I don't know how long football's been around for officially, but, like, 50 years. Like, yeah, like, in 50 years, if League of Legends is around, it'll be fucking massive, probably. So, yeah. Also, add Fortnite to the list. Fortnite's another one. Fortnite blew the hell up. They have a $10 million competition coming up starting in February, and they're gonna have a clean feed and everything, and I can get some casting, so we'll do that for funsies. Teal will interrupt cast. Teal, homie, why didn't you interrupt CastCon? It's not that the people making the games aren't gamers; it's the people that leading the companies aren't gamers. Yeah, I would agree with you on that for sure. For absolutely sure, I would agree with you. Not everywhere, but yeah, absolutely. Fortnite needed to be remade before it completely blew up. Well, Fortnite originally was a defensive structure game, and the actual Battle Royale was a mod that they were creating. And then the mod was the thing that actually took off, and the original game that they created was not as interested. So they just basically leaned into the mod instead of working through the tower defense game. Because do you know like, what is it, Orcs Must Die? Like, it was very much like Orcs, like the original Fortnite was supposed to be like Orcs Must Die. Really good use of the Shade of Mephisto for Whirlwind right there. As the kick came through, Shade of Mephisto forward, you get kicked down over here, but you shade back into your origin location in case the team fight continues. Really cool mechanical play from Whirlwind, I just want to note right there. It's a whole lot of games no one plays. Yeah, look at Heroes of the Storm, man. I mean, but it's true, absolutely. There's tons of games that are around and stuff that no one plays. So we'll see. I mean, we'll see. The world's all gonna implode in like what 2-3 years, so we're all. It doesn't matter anyways. You know what? As long as I get to find out what happens in Final Fantasy Rebirth and whatever the third game is, I'm good. As long as I get to play some Stormgate, I'm happy. Teal is doing their best. That's a 7-sided strike from Karazim. A lot of healing overtime applied as the Samuro clones are going to be harassing. We do have the Samuro going into the Illusion Master, so we'll be able to kind of jump around the map and micro those illusions around. That's a lot of damage onto the Karazim, who will fall. That's also going to be a Nubarak to go down. Starcaller trying to get away. Will throw an illusion one way, but he's the Shimmer. He's out of there. Starcaller's fine for now. Cav gonna look for some nice knock into the wall into Ron. Gonna get a spin out of this one, and Cav gets away. Junkrat getting spread volley, a few of them going into the corner, but that's all right. Most shareholders have zero concept of quality as Hasbro D&D situation. Perfect example of that. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, shareholders, they don't care about anything but their money. That's all it is. It's just it's I invested, I want my money. It's like if I won, like, let's say in America we have the Mega Millions. Like, let's say I win the Mega Millions and I'm set for life. I think I would still do streaming and stuff, but I would try and actually like invest into games and stuff that I really like to allow these developers to have the resources they need to create a good game. Like, I don't know, it's just that's me. Like, I'm not the biggest I'm not the biggest fan of Donkey, but go look at him. Like, Donkey's doing that. It's literally like he's like I want to make a good gaming, like I want to be a good publisher. Can't blame him. I'd love to see a wave of that. Like a wave of, you know, millennials, Gen Z, whatever, they inherit a shitload of money and they're like, let's invest into video games proper. Maybe that's when we get it. Who knows? Only time will tell. Or the world will all implode because we just keep ignoring all of the signs of just the calamities around us. 50-50. I would just invest the extra time and money into the next generation. Exactly. I would do, like, I actually had this conversation with my neighbor. Like, I would do, like, local philanthropy. And I would do esports stuff. And I would continue streaming. I like streaming. Like, I wouldn't just sit on my booty and drive, like, expensive cars. I'd buy a truck. I think that's the one big expense. Like, of course we all want to pay debts for family and blah, blah, blah. But, like, that's the one big expense that I would want. Nothing fancy, just a truck, because I live in a town where it's so much easier to have a truck to get around. That's it, just the clearance. That's the only thing I need. We get big snowstorms and I'm just stuck in the house because I got a Subaru. So, I honestly, that's it. I have a decent computer, you know? Maybe I could get a better monitor. Some of my party is gonna be here soon. Have a good day later. Oh, hey, hey, enjoy your D&D session. Maybe we'll see you later. If not, have a great Saturday. We'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the session, bud. Have fun with the friends. I don't even have a license and I want to buy a Mini. There's actually someone has a Mini in our town. Aren't Minis all-wheel drive? Or no? Because aren't Minis like rally cars and don't they have all-wheel? Or is it like the like it has the power to the wheel that needs the power sort of deal? Well, I guess that's regular all-wheel drive, because Subaru's symmetrical, where it's all four wheels, always all powered. It's not like truck 4x4 where it powers extra for the wheels that need it. But I know there's someone up here who has a Mini. There's actually a couple people up here who have Minis. Mid lane? Dragonite? No available players to grab it. Defensive. Oh, we actually have Samuro sending. He's gonna be truly invisible if he doesn't move there for a few seconds, but he's actually just microing those around. There are versions with all that. Oh, okay. There's versions. Also, Toku, good to see you, bud. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Thanks for swinging through, friend. I hope you're all doing well today. Hope you are all doing absolutely great today. Thanks for cozying up for our casting. We're just going to be doing some casting today. I know the schedule says other games, but we're just going to do a buttload of casting, and then I eventually have D&D later. By the way, Saturday seems to be the D&D day for a lot of people. I'm noticing in chat. I have a car and you don't want it. Can't live without it though. Really, yeah, that's true. Yay, butt casting. Hey, Woken Donut, what's up, bud? The Countryman Sport Rally version. So yeah, they have a Countryman. I think they have the Countryman is what they have. Because the Countryman's kind of bigger, and the Sport is smaller. Like the Countryman's like a bit of a bulkier mini. DMing my monthly group next Saturday, weekly group on Fridays. Hell yeah, dude. I always say this to every DM. When you make a dungeon, put a feast on level 1 and put the toilets on level 8, and then have the feast have laxatives in it. I had a friend who always she told me that anytime she did any sort of like dungeon crawl, anything, that's what she'd always do. She'd put a feast on one level and then like many layers later, or or maybe like many rooms away, that's where you put the toilet, so the laxatives hit everybody. And they have to make constitution saving throws, or do they poop their pants? Hogger with the Hortipult in right now. Cocoon onto the Blaze. 23 apiece in the levels 11 to 8 in our kills. Starcaller a little bit low on the Samuro. Samuro so very low. Red Tire to the face of the Blade Master. He will fall. Cascon to go down. Bass drops the block totem, but I don't think Bass will live. Tries to dash in through the enemy wave, but it doesn't work out, and that is going to be a triple kill to the side of PSISTORM Gaming, excuse me. That's horrible. Why is that horrible? It's a dungeon. Everything is supposed to be horrible. I mean, if you were doing like a Hello Kitty dungeon adventure, then maybe, yeah, maybe that would be a little... But you're a DM, you're supposed to be evil, right? No one wants a lawful neutral DM. Nancy, holy crap, thank you for the 1,000 bits. I will resend your alert in a second here because it looks like the core is going to be falling and we are going to have an even Steven series here. Dragonshire, which was technically map 1, but I misplayed everything. That's okay. It's 1-1 in the series. GG. Let's go ahead and get these alerts sent.
I'm a buff baby that can dance like a man. I can shake a my fanny, I can shake a my can. I'm a tough tootin' baby, I can punch in your buns. Punch in your buns, I can punch all your buns. If you're an evil witch, I will punch you for fun.
Temporarily released from Roblox, so here I am.
Welcome, Nancy from Roblox. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. Thank you very much. And Murpuck, thank you for the tier 1 for 7.
The end of the world. Subscribe.
No message, but thank you. I'm multi-class barbarian just to be socially acceptable to poop anywhere. Oh, okay, Grits. Makes sense to me. My IRL D&D group used to do every other Saturday. I miss a little bit of like sitting at a table with friends. There is something really fun about like actually being around a table with people. I miss that a little bit. I do miss that a little bit. All right, we have an even score, and we're going to go to Curse Hollow for the next map. All right, players are on the same sides. Always good. Sorcerer is fun. Yeah. I have a monthly RL group and a weekly Roll20 group. I have a weekly Roll20 group. I used to have a weekly, like, group that I was running Monster of the Week for them. But two people moved away, and summer hit. So summer in Tahoe, it's like no one really wants to go sit around on a Monday night and play board games. They want to go out and do stuff. So, I am gonna actually quickly get rid of some ads before we get into this next game. I just don't want anyone to get slam jammed with ads during that. So let's go ahead and get rid of like 3 ads really quickly. That should be enough. Yeah, I'm currently running a Paladin, Oath Paladin with Shadow Sorcerer. I forget my levels. I'd have to look. I was promised an ad. But Toku, you subscribe because you're a good little bean. Good beans subscribe, and they don't get ads. I guess technically this is the ad. I nearly always take the Sorcerer feat for any spellcaster to gain access to meta magic, so many early things you can do with it. Do you know what I feel I never take feats. Like, I rarely ever take feats in D&D. I usually go for, like, the stat buffs or whatever at the, whenever you can, like, it's like, you can take the stat buff and buff one or, like, one stat equally or whatever.
No, only bad beans.
Oh, whoa.
Unsubbed.
Toku! Holy shit, Nancy! Toku, thank you for the tier 1 for 23 months. You are a good bean. You are a good bean. Feats are OP. Well, yeah, that's also why. Like, I also like the challenge of no feats. Nancy, thank you for the 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Thank you very much. If you got a gifted sub, welcome to the Bahamuts. There are even feats that boost 1 stat instead of 2, so and then do something. New sub goal. That is true. We did have the small sub goal for the day. Thank you, Nancy. I forgot. I do have a sub goal ready, though. I do have a sub goal ready. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy, for pushing us over that amount. We are on the edge of a hype train, but I understand that if you cannot... I understand. What month are we in? January. We need February. February. I never spell February right, ever. It always throws me off. I always add an extra A. February. Watch. Discord movie. February Discord movie. What are we at? 325. Jesus. Jesus. I honestly need to make the alert louder for myself so that way it scares me even worse. Harson, thank you for 5 tier 1 gifted subs. Thank you very much, Harson. I do believe that actually pushes us into a hype train. Thank you very much. If you would like to get yourself some Twitch emotes and things like that, you can join the hype train. We got a 4.5 minutes, so we're gonna just chill here before the next game. Holy crap! Thank you so very much, Harson. Let me actually. I was meant to make the sub goal. All right, so we have the February Discord. Did I spell Discord right? I think I did. I probably didn't. We're gonna shorten this. We're gonna say Feb Discord movie. There we go. That's gonna probably work out a lot better for us. Holy crap! Thank you all for the generosity. I really appreciate it. Here, while we're chilling here really quickly, let me jump into Roll20 and I can actually show you my character sheet if you're interested. Sign in. We're just chilling here for the hype train. I don't want to like I running a hype train in the middle of a game is hard because it's you want to thank people, but you also want to cast, and it kind of doesn't matter. All right, let's see. Let me pop out my sheet really quickly. Zissel. All right. Loading. Let's do the pop out. Whoa, Jesus! Oh God! Y'all are insane. Thank you, Nancy, for 10 movies. You want that? 10 movies. Thank you for 10 gifted subs. You want that movie? Well, we got it. Holy crap. Thank you so very much. All right, February Discord movie is set. We haven't done February cooking yet. That is the next sub goal. February cooking is the next sub goal. Holy heck and heck. That one we actually have to push up a little bit further because we do actually need to buy supplies for that one. Holy crap. Oh, Jesus, that scared the shit out of me. Be Crazy, thank you for the redemption. Here we go. Let me show you. Here's my character sheet. So I'm level 8 Paladin, level 5 Shadow Sorcerer. There are some feats and stuff like that like come with being like racial, so like Fury of the Small and Nimble Escape. But it's like I don't think I actually take the feat Shadow Touched. I think it's just part of actually. This is actually just part of my Shadow Sorcerer. This is... Oh, I did do Skill Expert. I do have Skill Expert. And I forget where this... I think actually this one comes from something from a level. I didn't label these correctly. But yeah, I have a 15 in Acrobatics, by the way. Be Crazy, thank you for the 2 redemptions. We will do those in just a second. We're about to beat our last record. Oh, okay. Yeah, I have a 15 in Acrobatics, by the way. Just a casual 15 in Acrobatics. And then here's all the spells you get, because Paladin and stuff like that, Shadow Sorcerer. Does your DM ever just give out feats? He might. He might. To be honest, when it comes to like feats and stuff, my brain sometimes is it just it just fogs over, and I'm just like, ah, yes, feats. Do you ever do do you flip every attack? No, but I do some really I like to cause a lot of our battles, like, you know, we have the board and everything, but there's also a little bit of theater of the mind. And I'll literally be like, oh, like, so I'll say to the DM, like, I am positioned here, and I want to run up this wall and do this, and then attack the dude. And my DM, and then the DM will be like, okay, roll this, and then this. So I like some of those, like, very, I don't like the whole, like, I run up and slap them. That's not like how I like to do it. You hardcore RP battle. I don't RP super hard, but like it's one of those things where it's like, well, my character's like nimble and he jumps around and he's Kira-esque, like the hero in Heroes of the Storm. So I'm like, well, you know, I add a little bit of flair to it, because why not? Like, I heard Zissel cartwheel up a cliff. I heard the Zissel can cartwheel up a cliff mountain. It's true. It's very true. Yes. I read Rap Battle like 5 times. I slap him in the deck so hard, and then I run away really fast. I mean, technically, my character does do that. Technically, my character does that because I have Nimble Escape, so I can use a bonus action as... so I can literally, like, I could walk up to someone, do my 2 attacks, and then I could bonus action, Nimble Escape, and I can basically disengage with taking no attack of opportunity. So I could quite literally, like, hacha, hacha. Describe it all and use the environment, makes it more exciting. So that's all. Yeah, I just try and I try to make it exciting for everybody. That's what 4E tried to do, make everything an RP in combat and actual mechanic. Ooh, I don't like that. I try to use descriptions while playing D&D, but I usually end up I walk up and hit the guy. The player me is bad with words. That's okay. To be honest, where I got inspired for it all was Adventure Zone. Like the first, would you call it season, series? Probably series. So the, arc, the balance arc that's run by Griffin for Adventure Zone. A lot of the way that they do some of their battles, there's a lot of these like really fun, like, okay, I'm gonna do this, and this to attack. And so the player has to roll a little bit more than just, I run up, I roll attack, I do. So I don't know, it's just, I got inspired by that to be a little bit more involved with how my attacks and stuff roll out. That's all. But everyone's different. Like some people, like if you're fine with saying I run up, I hit him, and that's it. Whatever you enjoy, like that's the big thing. Like D&D is about how you enjoy it. That is the biggest thing about D&D. It's not about how other people play. It's how you are playing and if you enjoy yourself. Because it's fantasy. That is the point of it. It's fantasy. Thank you all for the insane hype train. That was a level 5 hype train. Thank you all so much for the gifted subs and the bits. I very much appreciate it. As I said, once the hype train was over, we're going to get into the game, and I apologize to any VOD watchers who are like, shut up and play the game. Well, you're watching the VOD, you could just jump forward, okay? Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to map number 3 in our second 3-game series of the day here in Nexomania Division 1. On the left-hand side, we got PSISTORM Gaming with a Sylvanas, Kerrigan, Malfurion, Joanna, and Hogger. On the side of Beta by Tracer, we have got a Samuro, Jaina, Arthas, Brightwing, and a Tracer. I let my DM take my limited descriptions and run with them, and Stark is really good with that, so it all works out. Exactly. For me, it's like I have since we have a pretty big party that we play D&D with, so like there's a decent amount of time, like there's a good chunk of time where you can kind of plan out your attack as you're watching, and that's what I usually do is like I'm watching what's happening in the fight, and I'm trying to plan out something that my character would do, because that's always the big thing too, is I do my best to, I even ask this question a lot, like I'll ask the DM like, would my character know this? Because I always do my best not to out of game meta. Because there's stuff like Chris could know something, but Zissel wouldn't, and that's always the line that I try and draw for myself. I have friends that metagame, and you know what? As I said, you play D&D how you want to play. For me, the most enjoyable thing is to have the knowledge that my character in-game would have, rather than being like, well, I know in the D&D universe that this and this and this, so I'll do this in preparation. It's But that's, everyone's different, you know? However you have your fun. Phase shift in from the Brightwing into bottom lane right now, as we do have more siege from the Sylvanas push early game. Hogger into top, and Kerrigan, Jaina mid, also Samuro. My apologies. Top lane, Tracer grabbing a camp. First objective will be top position. This Siege Giant camp is in a really good spot for the side of Beta by Tracer here in map 3. Sorry, I drank way too much water and I got like the little like chest burps. Or it's like that pressure in your chest where you're trying not to belch into the mic. That's what I got. Also, Baha might know things that Chris doesn't know. Bandit knows all. That is true, Nancy. That is very true. That's the better side of that's what my character would do, the proper role-playing. Yeah. I move someone down the initiative if they need to take, if they take too much time thinking. Ooh. Well, we have, as I said, like, we have a decent-sized group, so by the time it usually gets to, like, someone's turn, usually they have a pretty good idea of what they want to do, unless they have, like, a mechanic question, which that's the only thing that can change things up. Like, if they intended to do something one way and they ask the DM and it doesn't work out the way they intended, then maybe they take a little bit longer, but as I said, we're all there to have fun, so, like, I'm good. Like, if we're in battle and it's an hour-long battle and I get one turn, like, I'm still fine with that. I get to play games with my friends, and I'll throw a Twitch stream so I can kind of just watch that on the side, too, if someone's taking some time, so, yeah. Everybody's different. It's all about how you give and take in D&D. That is true. That is true. The group that I ran, I explained this to them. I said that the game that we're playing, I have changed a few mechanics to make it more fun for all of you because you are all new players. But because, or not all of them, but because I'm doing this, I'm also going to limit a couple things on your characters because I knew that one person was a min-maxer and she was literally just trying to make a glass cannon that would never die. And so I was like, I knew what she was doing, and I told her, and like, we got an argument, and I was like, all right, if you want to play the game by the way the rules are, I was like, and I started listing off, I was like, I will take away this, like, and we had like 5 players, and I was like, I will take away half of your inventory because you shouldn't have half of your inventory at this point in the game. And the player got very quiet after that. This was a running thing. It would happen, like, it was like 4 weeks straight that they kept like harassing me and hounding me on this. And so I finally like broke, and I was like, all right, you know what? You want to play it by the rules? We'll play it by the rules. And then she never asked again. I have perfect plans for my turn, but then something major happens and I have to read things super fast my turn. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Lard, it happens to me too. Like, I'll have an idea of like how I want my character to attack, and then there'll be a few turns, someone does something, someone gets moved around or someone just dies. It's like, okay, now I gotta readjust my plan. Anyways, here on Cursed Hollow, the thing that we're watching, Heroes of the Storm, we have got our second objective up and available 4 minutes into the game. Jaina grabbing some globes. Arthas will be going in. Ooh, wait, hold on. Bramble mid. That's a dead null. Haunting Wave from the Sylvanas, not reactivated. And I think Vel gets the channel here. I don't think Mockery can get in. There's going to be the Root, the Sleep, the Soothing Mist, and actually Vel will cancel the channel. Condemn from the Joanna. That's a lot of damage onto Brightwing. Brightwing trying to back away. Healing reduced by the Joanna since exposed level 7. But on the left-hand side of the screen, Samuro going to do Samuro things. Starcaller and Rockwell getting the channel. Oh, wait. One interrupt from Teal. See ya, Hoggart. Nice to null you. That was good. I like that one. Why I reward RP over numbers, it makes my players think more about a good flavor than min-maxing. Yeah. Well, in the 5 group that we had, like, everyone was into like the story, and not everyone wants to RP like super in depth. Some people want to, you know, they don't feel comfortable with that, and I don't push them. But this one player they just, as I said, they wanted to blow up everything on their turn with one attack, and it's like that. Okay, all right. They weren't the nicest human being, to be honest. They were very rude. If you couldn't tell. They don't watch my stream anyway, so I don't really care. They actually, when they moved out of town, they were a jerk to so many people. They were like, I'm leaving Tahoe, I'm just gonna burn every bridge, and it's like, all right, your parents still live here, homie. Ron is taking a lot of damage from Mockery. I think Mockery will find a kill onto the Malfurion. Totski? Yes, I'm talking about Totski. Totski actually is the most toxic human being. That's why I get the slip every so often of calling her Toxki. Let's cycle through the other numbers. Blade Storm Samuro, so looking for the wave clear from that one. How you doing, Crush? Hey, how's your Elden Ring playthrough been? I think you were playing more last night, weren't you? This is why bards need to RP Vicious Mockery, savage enough to burn. What I also don't, why is every bard that's played always like super over like sexual? I feel like every bard I played with is just overly like, just I'm gonna seduce this, I'm gonna touch this thing's butt. Like, nice Illusion Master value from Starcaller right there. Cause charisma, like why can't we just have a wholesome bard, huh? Why can't we just have a nice wholesome bard? Why is everything gotta be just like lewd? Every bard is just lewd. Because people are horny, Baha. That's a good point. That you know what? That's a fair point. Samuro mid takes down the fort. Uzi is a bard? No, really? Uzi's a bard? Huh. I actually thought Uzi was some sort of like what's the word? Like gun mage. That's not the right word, but I thought Uzi was something with what's the role that you have guns? Gunslinger. I thought Uzi was a gunslinger or something like that. What do you think of the D&D movie? Feels like TV movie, but I don't know about D&D. To be honest, I haven't even seen the trailer for the D&D movie. When does it come out? Is it soon? I got a whole soapbox out about bards. Oh, do you, Iron Flare? Hey, what's up, Bag? How you doing, bud? A lot of cuties in chat today. People don't play wholesome songs in taverns, so the only bards that make money is... I mean, look, not every song has to be the thong song, okay? Just not every song needs to be the thong song. You know, you could have Living on a Prayer. You could be a bard singing Living on a Prayer. It comes out in March? Really? Wow. To be honest, I'm holding my breath a little bit for the movie because I don't know how it's gonna be. We had this conversation earlier about like esports and stuff, but the same can be said about D&D, where there's the people who are like, I want to make a movie that makes money, and then there's people who are like, I want to make a D&D movie that people will actually enjoy. There are two different things, and usually the former is louder because that's where the money comes from, and that's all they care about. It's not about, let's make a really good movie, and then people will go see it. It's like, no, let's make a movie that will make money. I know not everything's looked at that way, but that's kind of how it seems. So we'll see. Honestly, it's either the director and everything will be they'll understand how D&D is, or it's just gonna be a really badly put together action movie. And I feel like it's gonna be the former, or the latter, excuse me. It'll be a really poorly put together action movie with high fantasy around it. Well, Kerrigan's gonna fall in this bottom lane. And Malfurion actually might die. Mockery probably gets the kill here. I don't think Ron lives. Actually, the gate's still up, so... Oh, maybe not. Maybe.
Slain. Blue team dominated.
Where's the button?
Team kill!
I think Uzi is a graffiti bard. Oh. Sorry if I missed anything in chat. I do apologize. There's a ton. We're talking about a lot of things, and if I missed your message, I do apologize. I'm trying to read everything. But it's the Muppets, where the Muppets are playing most of the movie. And oh yeah, no, I saw that Frozen Italiano. Yeah, like it was like a post. It was like, when you have the rights to the Muppets, why not just do every single type of movie with the Muppets? And then yeah. Like it was. I don't know if it was D&D, but I think they were saying like you could do like Frankenstein's monster, where all the Muppets are like the normal people in the world, and like the human is Frankenstein's monster. Like I think that was actually the example I saw. Like you could do so many things with the Muppets, and I'm surprised they don't. I would watch the hell out of a Muppets D&D movie though. That would be like Ratso would be like a paladin or something weird, and Gonzo would be what would he be? I feel like it'd be a fighter that just misses all the time. So many myths about how to play bards. Most bards I see is the music charismatic rock star sex fiend, even though bards are less about songs and more about stories, and there are more mediums to inspire, perform, and influence to create. Miss Piggy as a barbarian? Yeah, I'd see that. I like that, Iron Flare. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. That's why, like, I was literally, like, when I was laying in bed last night, I was like, if I were to ever make, like, a new character, I'd consider making a bard type thing. But something that's not all about, like, that's not all about just trying to doink everything I see. Kermit is a warlock? Avada Kedavra? I know it's not D&D, but could you imagine just... I cast Fireball. Oh, by the way, we also have Kermit Please. We also have Kermit Please on BTTV I added in. I feel like, you know, it would be really funny if, like, Animal was like a monk or something like that. Like, something just really out there for Animal. Because you'd expect Animal to be, like, a bard that, or a barbarian, excuse me. Actually, Animal could be a bard, realistically. You could just make him like a drummer bard, where he buffs everyone with a drum kit. We're so in-depth on D&D today, I love it. Mockery is gonna get chased over here. Recall will pull Mockery out for a second. Kerrigan trying to chase in. That's gonna be, oh my god! Mockery's dead. I thought the Primal Grasp wouldn't work because of that nice little edge right there, but Sylvanas rounds the corner. Animal would be a paladin who's really into their god. That I could see that too. He'd have some sort of like music god. Malekith deals so much damage. Love this fight. I think you might be typing in the wrong Twitch chat. I am definitely not playing Elden Ring. Syndragosa from Cav coming out. This is a big defense on the core right now. Winter Elemental onto Teal, getting some good damage. Phase shift from Brightwing. Joanna will fall. That's a double kill from Brightwing onto the Hogger and the Kerrigan, as the core will remain at 61%. The bard in our last IRL campaign was a singer and had had no sex crazed trope. Good. I really kind of, I wish we could move away from that with bards. And it makes sense. They have high charisma, a large selection of charm spells, a wide breadth of skills, and 3E requiring non-lawful alignments, making stereotype insubordinate lawbreaker. Making the stereotype of insubordinate lawbreakers. Or the fact that they roll seduce bards to 0 Q to actual. Alright, well, the game will go over to the side of Baited by Tracers. I'm just reading Twitch chat here. GG, well played. A core call that almost went the way of PSISTORM Gaming.